Don't wing it for the Super Bowl this weekend. I love that title. And by wing it, I mean the Weeknd concert happening that Tom Brady's going to. That's going on this weekend. But there are a lot of great ways to get delivery, to get takeout, to support local restaurants. And our pal Nycci Nellis, host of Industry Night with Nycci Nellis, the aptly named Industry Night with Nycci Nellis here on Real Fun DC, joins us because, Nycci, you also run an awesome website, thelistareyouwantit.com, which has got a bunch of really great ideas that are all local to support local restaurants and be awesome and fabulous for the Super Bowl. How's it going?
Hey guys, how are you?
We're great. We're great. Happy you joined us live on a Monday morning. I'm glad we're having this conversation early because people do need to order ahead of time to give restaurants the time to make the things to make your Super Bowl awesome.
Well, that is such a good point. I mean, as everybody needs to remember, of course you remember, we're in the middle of a pandemic and restaurants are really struggling. So they're ordering ahead of time to make sure they have your order is so important. There's not going to be a lot of last minute pizza orders and et cetera for Super Bowl. So you definitely need to plan ahead.
So what are some of your picks? I know you've got a lot and there's a huge list up on thelistareyouwantit.com, but you brought us like a bunch to make this. I'm just looking through getting all ready here. You brought us a bunch to make it really easy to choose.
Well, I really wanted to shake it up because, you know, the area restaurants, so many people have their favorites for their Super Bowl parties. And since this year you can't have like your massive Super Bowl party, you know, it's going to be a little tinier, but you should still have really great food and it should still be lots of fun. It's still a celebration. I mean, it's the one football game I watch every year. So I believe there should be really good food surrounding it. And so many people have got, like, what I love is the restaurants who really go out, like, think outside the box. So, of course, Mikey Friedman and his team at All Purpose, you also know him from Red Hen, he's doing Super Bowl Italiano. It's an entire menu that has fried chicken wings, but it's not like buffalo chicken wings. It's either Sicilian or Calabrian-style. There is a pepperoni stromboli that has my name all over it. And they're doing huge platters of chicken parm, which I'm all about. So really an Italian-style total way to set your table for Super Bowl.
I was doing some research because we are going to do like eat and drink all day next Sunday. It's planned. It's a done thing. But so my husband's team, the Buffalo Bills, lost their chance to go to the Super Bowl last week. So buffalo wings are not really allowed in the house right now because it's too soon. But I appreciate the Italian. Maybe I could sneak these in, the Italian version. They're not buffalo wings. They're just Italian wings.
Well, Kelly, yeah. Is it kind of like champagne, right? Like if they're not from the Buffalo region of New York, then really it's just fried chicken.
Right, there you go. So I do like
chicken wings.
That's right.
Fried chicken wings.
Fried chicken wings. Yeah, sparkling fried chicken wings is what it is.
So Kelly, I will tell you, they're not on the list, but if you are looking for some superior wings, I'm going to direct you to Chico. I mean, Korean
there you go.
Fried chicken wings are going to be the best. No buffalo there. You can totally keep your husband happy. But you can also have crunchy, crispy, spicy wings in your house for the party.
The Chico wings and they're still like the connected wings, like the both pieces are still. They're just they're so good.
They're
so good.
Giant. They're massive. Yes. They look like they belong to like a pterodactyl or something. They're massive.
I feel like this is going to be like picking our favorite child because you have a bunch of other recommendations and I don't even know like which one to pick.
And also calories don't count when you're supporting local restaurants, Kelly. So
that's right. That's right.
It's very true.
Nycci, you brought up this sandwich shop called Fight Club. I had never heard of this before. And yesterday on their website, I was just drooling over their food. What's the deal with Fight Club? It's in Southeast?
Yeah. So actually you do know Fight Club. You just didn't realize it. It's one of the many pop-ups or ghost kitchens, which we'll get into later, that has popped up during the pandemic. So, Andrew Merkert of Buchert Saloons, this is out of Buchert's and it's a sandwich club that they're doing there. And they're doing such amazing sandwiches that you can get anytime, obviously. But for Super Bowl, what I love is the chili. They're doing huge pots of chilies with all the garnishes. And I love setting a table with chili because it's so much fun for people to put their cheese or their scallions or their red peppers or their hot peppers. So it's it's a lot of fun. I love setting up a table with chili. I think that's great. And if I don't have to make it and somebody is doing it for me, even better.
For sure.
The ghost kitchen gets you every time.
Yeah. That ghost kitchen. So this is not a legit ghost kitchen because they actually named it. It's Fight Club, and it's in a place where you know where it is. So it's a pop-up, and they've been doing it since the beginning of the pandemic. And the food coming out of there is really, really good.
I completely missed that memo. I need to go do those sandwiches. Holy mackerel!
Don't they look good? I know.
Just to take a deep 1 minute on the ghost kitchen and kind of explain what it is. I don't understand why it's called a ghost kitchen because there's chefs in the kitchen, but there's not people in the restaurant. So I thought it should be a ghost restaurant, but I digress.
No. Actually, no. We can have it out for just a little bit. So the original ghost kitchen were when you ordered from like an Uber Eats or a third party, right? You could be ordering Chinese food. You could be ordering sushi. You could be ordering tacos. You could be ordering anything. They would all the restaurants would have different names, but it'd be coming out of one kitchen, not like a Chico kitchen or an all-purpose kitchen, just some random commissary kitchen somewhere. That is a legit ghost kitchen because you don't know who it is and you don't know who's making the food. These other kitchens, they're all pop-ups.
Okay, so. Got it. That's not that because I never understood. I'm like, okay, but there's people in the kitchen because there's one. That just blew my mind. That is interesting to know, and it's been like a thing. It didn't start in Asia, like it was like a thing there first, and it's sort of a
no. Those kitchens have been around for a really long time. We just didn't name them. You know, you would order food from somewhere, like you would order for something called Lucky Joe's. But you've never been to Lucky Joe's. You never heard of Lucky Joe's, but the food on the site looks really good, and you can order it off Uber Eats. It would be something you would see on an Uber Eats or a Postmates or something like that. And you'd be like, oh, let's get burgers from Lucky Joe's. But what you didn't know is that if you had ordered Chinese food or if you had ordered pizza or if you had ordered tacos, they were all coming out of – there were 17 different concepts. It's a commissary. That's all it is.
Huh.
That's real. That's a legit ghost kitchen.
Got
These
it.
other ghost kitchens they're fakes.
So you mean my shrimp lo mein from Uncle Luigi's wasn't authentic? Gosh.
Well, there's still people cooking it. So it's actual food. It's not that whole Subway tuna thing. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about something totally different. I don't know what that story is. I don't understand it. I have gone down a rabbit hole in that one. No, that is the true definition of a ghost kitchen. It's become a pandemic terminology, but the truth is at the end of the day, these are pop-ups because we know who's cooking, we know what they're doing, and we know what's happening.
Got
it. You thought you didn't learn anything on this show. Take that, NPR. Right. Nikki, you there? Did we lose you? I just lost the headset. Yes, exactly. There is your NPR moment of the day. Appreciate that.
Thank you. I mean, you're the expert for food, so I would never debate you on it. But now I did learn something.
Support for Nycci Nellis's Ghost Kitchen Expose brought to you by the following sponsor.
I know. I can't believe more people aren't riled up by it. But anyway.
The neighborhood restaurant group, they have a lot of great spots around the DC area, but also they were one of the first to do the like provision market boxes in the beginning of the pandemic. And what are they doing for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, talk about turning on a dime and turning on a dime fast. I really love what they did with their provisions. And they, these are people who have access to amazing beers. Hello, Greg Engert. He puts it all together. And a real wide array of chefs who are, executing amazing dishes, whether it's Tony Chittum from Iron Gate or The Roost, their new food hall with Brittany Anderson and Lenny. So they have tons of things that you can order, but I love their appetizer sampler, which includes like spare ribs and different sauces. You can get a slider 6-pack. You can get chips and queso. You can get a loaded tots kit, which I'm all about. We won't talk about buffalo chicken wings. Talking about buffalo chicken wings, but there's also lots of different choices there. You can go totally different and get spring rolls and do chicken and lemongrass dumplings. So there's a real wide array of things you can order. And of course, you can get amazing beers, amazing spirits, amazing wines because they can deliver all of it to you. And I think what I love about their stuff is that their site is super easy to use. You know, sometimes when you're ordering off sites, you're like, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. But their site is super, super user-friendly.
Yeah, you can tell they have a lot of infrastructure, like, and they've been doing this for a minute. Because, right, like especially if you're trying to support local restaurants, you go to their site and it's like, what is happening on this website? Like, how do I just want to give you money for some chicken, and it's not their fault because they're not website people, and so like it's really good when you get to a place that's just like seamless to make it happen.
You have taken the words out of my mouth. I have to say that all the time. They're not website people. They had to figure this out, and I totally get it. But sometimes it is a little frustrating.
I love that you flagged St. Anselm. It is my husband, Chris, and I. It is one of our favorite restaurants in the city. We are there like way more than we probably should be. But it's awesome. They have the shacks outside, which, by the way, I felt so much like a foodie insider because the first week the shacks went up, we happened to be going there for brunch. And so then we did a little pro tip that I will share with our peeps, that we just went ahead on Open Table and booked out weekend reservations for like 3 months. And we've been just like,
smart.
Yeah. So we have like a standing shack reservation that we've just been like inviting friends over to. And like every week we go there.
Oh, what a brilliant idea.
Did I school you on a food thing?
You totally schooled me on a school. I mean, you really did. That is so not something, because, well, I hope you don't I don't go over and over and over again to places. Yeah. So, but I love that idea of having that. And plus what Steven Starr did at St. Anselm for their exterior, it's just brilliant. I mean, it really makes you feel safe. But it also allows you to eat in a covered space and you could still be warm and there's light. Like everything about it is really brilliant.
It's a shed on 3 sides, and there's actually a heat vent that goes through. They have huge propane tanks at the end of, think like almost like a horse stable is basically what you're eating in, like a fancy horse stable. It's like tin and it's got plexiglass windows. You can see all the way around. It's wonderful. And there's 18 of them throughout like the Union Market Street, whatever that street is that they're on. But anyway, they're pickup and delivery. Over to that.
Okay, so for Super Bowl, obviously they have like a total snack pack where you can get snacks for like appetizers throughout the day. But what I really like is their fried chicken dinner, because it's like hot fried chicken and there's white bread and butter pickles and creamy coleslaw and mac and cheese and hot sauce. And I just think that that's so much fun to bring home and easy for Super Bowl. And their stuff is so good. Their food is amazing. So you know that no matter what you bring home from there. I mean, everybody I'm talking about does really good food. I wouldn't steer you wrong. I wouldn't put you in the wrong direction.
No, I get a test to that. Not a commercial.
I feel like too, the next day we need to also plan like our ordering salads and green juice because
no. Next day is leftover day.
Yes.
So you can't waste that food. So now I know it's always everybody's like, oh, tomorrow I'll diet. No, you can't diet tomorrow because you've got leftovers. So it's really like Wednesday. Wednesday is the day you could start the diet, especially if we order from Taco Bamba. So this is one of my favorite places to order from. Vic Albisu totally knocks the ball out of the park any day of the week at Taco Bamba. But I mean, if you're going to do tacos, I'm telling you, the place to order from is totally Vic Albisu and his team at Taco Bamba. They have such a huge spread that they're doing that includes wings and tacos and carne asada and a whole bunch of different offerings. Like you could make your own tacos, much like make your own chili, which I love, or you can get them already prepared for you. Their menu is so enormous. I don't know how they knock it out. But they're very, very reasonable. They do deliver. And, their stuff is great. So it's totally worth ordering from them.
Their gringo taco will make you speak in tongues. It's so good.
They have one taco. I can't remember the name of it, but it has burgers in it.
That's the gringo.
Is that it? The Big Mac? It's the Big Mac in the taco. It's my favorite.
Isn't that the gringo taco? Yeah.
No, I think it's different ones because there's like a Big Mac taco that tastes like a Big Mac. It's got like the Thousand Islandiness in it. And then the gringo taco is like, so Victor is comical about some of the things that he does. And he's like, this is what Americans think it goes in a taco. And it's just like the most delicious version of the like Tostitos Ortega taco mix you made like growing up as a kid.
I was going to say what your mom used to serve for tacos, right? Like what taco night was with like those hard shells.
Yeah, totally. If you took like elementary school like cafeteria tacos and made them awesome is what Victor makes with the gringo taco. Oh, it's so good. So good. Nycci, also we don't talk about a lot of out of state food, but salty pork bits has been, they've been making a name for themselves in the DC area, and you can get some really cool stuff too. But I assume you got to order that soon.
Yeah,
like
so
soon.
But they're pretty. Yeah, like I would get that order in by Wednesday. So for people who don't know, salty pork bits is out of Pittsburgh. Justin Servino, he is one of the masters of charcuterie. I mean, in the country. And he had this fabulous restaurant in Pittsburgh called Cure, obviously because he does charcuterie. But now he's launched this delivery, and I've gotten it. I actually sent it for gifts over the holidays. I mean, it's so gorgeously packaged. It's so well done. And for your charcuterie lovers out there, salamis, brazzolas, all those kinds of delicious cured meats, this is totally the way to go. And they make it so easy. It's just a great thing to have on hand. I keep it in my fridge, actually, not like I'm entertaining all the time, but when we sit out by the fire pit, like it's such fire pit food. Do you know what I mean? And for those of you who love fondue, it is also great fondue food because I love dipping like the sausages into melty cheese. I love dipping almost anything into melty cheese, but if you like doing fondue, the stuff from salty pork bits is great.
I think that's a national pastime, dipping things into cheese.
Melted cheese. It should be. I mean, it's really how I live my daily life. Like, if there's no cheese, then what's the point?
Well, and I feel like that's the best way to celebrate the Weeknd concert that Tom Brady's going to. Like, put cheese on it. Whatever you're getting or whatever you're doing.
Okay, wait. So I don't know. Do we like Tom Brady or do we not like Tom Brady?
No. I think we like them, but most of us call it a football game. Tommy calls it a time to watch a concert.
Yeah. I haven't had a concert in quite some time, kids. So I'm looking forward to the Weeknd concert this weekend.
It does remind me of if you guys have not seen the SNL Cold Open from Saturday night. With what's working as far as what's happening in our world, the only thing that it is working is Tom Brady.
Yes.
So that is worth a watch. But yeah, it's going to be. I mean, so I'm super into it because I love that I've been watching both these teams and seeing these quarterbacks play. But Tommy's super excited to see who the Weeknd brings on the stage.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. No,
my money is on Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, so is there a total surprise? I'm not really paying attention because I'm totally focused on the food.
I know you're focused on the food. There is a rumor, but I think we'll know beforehand. We'll start seeing things on the Twitter and sightings of people in Tampa Bay that shouldn't be in Tampa Bay because it's Tampa Bay.
I'm going to sound so stereotypical. I mean, I love the food. I love putting out a spread. And I love the commercials. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I actually do like the game because you're watching the best of the best. So usually like you're really seeing like an amazing form of athleticism, and that I enjoy.
Yep.
I don't need the whole season to get to here.
Nycci, also it is the first Super Bowl that is being played with the home team. It has the home field advantage.
Oh.
Yeah, so Tampa Bay.
Really an advantage?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, because there's not a lot of fans there, but yeah, I mean, I guess they don't really have to travel.
Oh, I guess
Tom Brady
true.
doesn't really have to travel. He's got all of his. He's not living out of a hotel room.
I'm guessing, and it's not like I'm a huge Tom Brady fan, but I'm guessing he could play football on the moon and still do well, right?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
The amount of inflation of the ball wouldn't matter with zero gravity. Hey-o! I'll be here all week. Try the salty pork bits.
It is your show, so you better be.
Hey, Nycci, while we've got you, a really important question that I've been asking everybody about football, of the Super Bowls that Tom Brady has been in, and this will be his 10th, he's been in 9. Mm-hmm. Which halftime show was the best of all the Tom Brady Bowls? That's the one question I have for Tom Brady. And, you can go back through from 2001 all the way up. Which one would you pick, Nycci Nellis?
Well, so, I went through the list and I mean, my God, there's so many good ones. So I'm putting them in order. I picked 3. My first is Prince. because, oh my God, I miss him. Like, we need Prince, but Prince was just one of the most brilliant things ever. Last year's J-Lo and Shakira, although I felt Shakira was a little underutilized. J-Lo, they just killed it. And then Bruno Mars, who like was having such a moment. So those are my top three. But what happened to Bruno Mars? Where is he? Did he go somewhere? What happened to him?
No, he's still around, but yeah, he's kind of like a shy guy. Like he's not like all over the place. And I love what you just said about Shakira. I've been trying to figure out how to best describe that. Yes, she was underutilized. It was amazing, right? But we needed more of her. That is, we
did need more of her. And I love J. Don't get me wrong. I love J-Lo. I'll take J-Lo all the way to inauguration and back. I mean, walk that Chanel girl, do that whole thing. Like, I'm there for it. But I mean, the two of them together, I thought it could have been, I wanted more Shakira.
Yeah. There wasn't enough time. That's for sure.
Yeah. Right. Because Tommy, clearly, as they don't know, it is a concert, not a football game.
On the weekend. Exactly. With the Weeknd as the star. It's like, I mean, optimistic February, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Also, Nycci, you brought up too, Yellow, the cafe next to Albee in the Navy Yard area. They're doing a pizza pop-up, and we've got some images of their usual food, which is damn delicious. But what's their pizza pop-up looking like?
So here's the thing. If you haven't tried what they're doing at Yellow, this is Mike Graffiti. He opened Albee right in the beginning of the pandemic. And Yellow, the cafe, is right next door. And to call it a bakery is not giving it enough credence, because while there is a lot of baked goods, it's a Lebanese bakery with baked goods, but also sandwiches and spreads. And now they have this pizza shop coming out of there. And these are not like your traditional Italian pies. These are Levantine-style. And they're just, everything that comes out of there, those cookies that you're showing right now, they have tahini in them. So there's a real umami to them. There's, wow. I mean, I got in the car, I had 3, and I was like, nom, 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 nom. Like, I just like, I could not. I had no self-control. I was like, oh, I'll just have a bite. And then I was like, okay, there's none left. Sorry, kids.
That's the moment I wish I had seen you in your car on the side of the street in Navy Yard, pounding 3 cookies. Hi, Nycci, leave me alone.
Yeah, don't talk to me while I'm eating my cookies. Yeah, no. So yeah, you can get these terrific pies, and they have wings. Again, Kelly, totally different. They call them Shabazi wings, so they're done in a totally different style. But again, I would really get your pre-orders in. Everything we talked about today, the sooner you get your order in, the better. Don't drag your feet, because restaurants do need time to plan. But that aside, I just think most people this year are going to be ordering in. You're not going to see as many people like doing their traditional spreads, much like Thanksgiving and Christmas, because we're not doing it for as many people. So why do all the work when there's so many people willing to do it for you?
I feel like I'm going to have a family meeting tonight at dinner and present all the different options and see what we come up with, because there's so many delicious things, and just like, and I've been known to overdo it. So I might be going to 2 different restaurants on Sunday and picking up my food.
That is a totally like Kathy Lee Gifford move. All right, kids, we're going to watch Mommy's show from today and decide where we're going to go eat.
Yeah.
Well, somebody does need to fill her shoes. So, I mean, make your moment, Kel.
But Kel, that could make sense. You could like order all of the wings that aren't buffalo wings.
Right.
And be like, here, honey, I'm trying to make you feel better.
I know. Too soon.
Actually, I will check for you. But for a while, the people at Jack Rose were doing a wing pop-up. And they were doing 14 different styles of wings. They still have to be doing it. I'll have to check. But they were really good.
Wings for days. We could have like a little wing taste-off.
Yeah, your diet would not be starting on Wednesday. Your diet would be starting like the following week, because you would have a lot of wings. But yeah. Moderation is the key. Nobody needs to diet. Just, moderation.
Live your best life. Run it out later.
Right. Eat those cookies. Eat the cookies. Eat them all. That's what I say.
Nycci, too, I want to flag to wash it all down with. I just want to give some love to Capo's Speakeasy and Capo's Deli. Rohit and the team over there came up with the Fauci Pouchy. They put the presidential candidates on pouchies. And then over the last week, during all of the GameStop crazy stock market short sale and the snow, like, it's just the most topical DC creative marketing thing. They had a short on the Fauci pouchies. So every inch of snow we got in DC, $1 went off of the price of the Fauci pouchies. So they went to $12, then they went to $11, and then they just kept selling pouchies. And I just want to give them just just slow clap for being creative and topical. Way to go. Way to go.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, and the Fauci pouchies are delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to remind everybody, if you don't mind, like all these places I talked about today, everybody is selling their own cocktails, their own beers, their own wine. I mean, the itty bitty silver lining of the pandemic is that restaurants can now sell alcohol. So it does make one-stop shopping, unless of course you're Kelly and you want to go to multiple places. It does make one-stop shopping pretty easy.
For multiple wings, not multiple cocktails. Well, you never know, though.
Well, I don't know about that. We're going with the Kelly Lee gift, right? Kelly Lee gift. Going with that. She drinks a lot, right? I've heard. I mean, I don't know about her.
Nycci Nellis of thelistareyouwantit.com, which is where you can get all of these awesome recommendations. I put a link in all the comments on Facebook, on Twitter, if you want to get involved there. Also, catch her weeknights at 7 p.m. on Real Fun DC with Industry Night with Nycci Nellis. And we thank you for all of the support you give to the restaurant community and all the fun that you bring to Real Fun DC, Nycci. You're awesome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the time this morning. Be safe.
And go Weeknd. We'll be right back.
Go. Yay, football.